Is Inside Job worth the watch? Spoiler alert, I think it is, but is it a must watch, and how good was season 1? I'd like to start off with our main protagonist, Reagan Ridley. Now, if you've seen the show, I think it's pretty clear to see why Reagan would be my favorite character, and I think it's most of everyone's favorite character. Reagan is a super genius, yet is socially awkward, short-tempered, and potentially has Asperger's. You may think making her a super genius would mean that she's super unrelatable, but that's not the case. Reagan suffers from problems that we all have, like trying to impress a date, or not being taken seriously at work, or honestly, in general. She has a lot of personality, and that makes her super lovable. She is obsessed with climbing the corporate ladder of her job, trying her best to become CEO of wherever she works. And where does she work? Well, that's where the series really gets interesting. Reagan, along with her other supporting cast, work for Cognito Inc. Cognito Inc. is a company that works for the deep state. It controls the United States government, and they're supposed to cover up any conspiracies or secrets that might leak out to the public eye. The series is just so much fun. One episode you could be trying to replace the president with a robot, and in another episode it's just Reagan trying to get her dating life situated, of course by making a robot. I love how this show handles its first episode. The first episode has a lot of responsibility. You're supposed to set up the world and your characters at least partially so your viewers know what they're getting into and whether or not they want to continue watching. From the first episode, you know who Reagan is and how she is. You can tell just by looking at her. She has dark circles, a big white lab coat, messy hair that's usually up in a ponytail. Just by looking at her, you can tell that she's a hard worker, and that goes along with her goal of trying to become CEO of Cognito Inc. Brent, also introduced in episode 1, is a perfect contrast to Reagan. He doesn't really care about the job. Technically, he's an unpaid intern, but he's always looking nice, he's always wearing a suit, and is just looking to have fun. Because of this contrast, Reagan and Brent usually balance each other out and eventually end up being best friends. None of the episodes feel slow. They're all fun to watch, but it's not all jokes. There are some serious plot lines, like Reagan's relationship with her father. Rand Ridley, Reagan's father, created Cognito Inc., along with JR, the CEO of Cognito Inc. for season 1. Rand is a complicated character. Sometimes it feels like he's just a bad father and a bad husband, but other times he seems genuinely evil. That's true, especially when you find out what he did during the season 1 finale. It's some pretty dark shit. But over and over again, the show makes you feel sympathetic for Rand and the relationship he has with Reagan. The other characters are fine, they serve their purpose of mostly being comedic relief, but they do get a lot more character development in season 2. As for season 1, I highly recommend it. I don't think Inside Job is a must watch, but if you do watch it, I almost guarantee you there's something in there that you'll like. The series literally only gets better. Personally, I enjoyed season 2 far more than season 1. Everything gets better with season 2. The plot progresses a lot, the characters actually grow and bond together, and we are really close to finding out who really rules over the world, that being the Black Robes, which we find out a lot more about during the back half of season 2. And I can't make an Inside Job video without talking about the elephant in the room. Inside Job was recently canceled by Netflix, which is a real shame. The creator is a really talented person. Shion Takeuchi, I probably butchered that, I'm sorry. She has worked on great shows such as Regular Show and Gravity Falls. I would have loved to see the end of Inside Job. It's been stated that the show did have an official ending. It wasn't like other shows that had high demand, therefore the creator had to artificially stretch it. The show did have a definite ending. It just got canceled before we could see it. I hope that the show comes back. I'm not sure what I can do to help, maybe sign a petition or tweet at Netflix, but it angers me that whenever a high-quality animated show comes around, it usually does not last very long. Inside Job is such a joyful experience. While creating this video, I even ran into some fun Easter eggs while doing some research on Cognito Inc. They have their own website where you can apply for a job, and you can even call their phone number where they'll try to erase your mind. So here it is. This is Cognito Inc. They even show you their hours of operation. You can go on their website and apply for a job, but you have to consent to things like a brain scan to apply. It's a really cool experience, and you should check it out for yourself. You can even call their phone number for another surprise. I just think it's really cool. You should definitely do it yourself. I know I am. Inside Job is such a gem. I'm sad to see it go, and yes, it is worth watching. I highly recommend it, and Netflix, I will never forgive you if you don't bring the show back or allow other networks to continue it. Yeah, I really hope it comes back because it's a really fun experience, and I at least want to see its official ending. So Thanks for watching, and as always, I'm just a side character.